If you're being compared to players like LeBron James, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson, you are truly elite and doing something right. Thank you for watching this video on why Luka Doncic compares to these NBA greats. We are so excited to bring you this video and get into the content, but before we do, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you can keep up with our latest videos. Now let's talk about Luka. Throughout time, the comparisons are constant. We can't help ourselves to make them. Whether players actually live up to the hype and deserve comparisons are a completely fair and different question though. Well, Luka Doncic definitely does. He is a star and has so much runway ahead of him to accomplish many more historic things. And when comparing the careers of Luka, LeBron, Larry, and Magic, up to age 21, we can maybe say Luka has accomplished more already, which is crazy to think about. Now, we're not saying Luka is better than them or will have a better career from this point forward than the three greats, but pound for pound, up to age 21, Luka has accomplished some fantastic things and maybe more. So first off, let's dig into Magic Johnson and how he compares to Luka. The best place to start is with their size, and the size for the position they play. At 6'9", Magic Johnson was one of the best point guards and players of all time. He inspired the Showtime Lakers and won 5 titles. Magic was an elite passer due to his size, creativity, reach, and he can complete passes that no other players could. Because of his frame, he was a really strong finisher as well around the rim and was always in the paint wreaking havoc on defenses. Now looking at Luka, he is definitely an oversized point guard or forward, and due to the needs of his team, he's running the point and has the ball in his hands, and really it's the way the NBA has shifted to the best players obviously having the ball and creating on offense. Luka can make any pass on the court just like Magic and can see over defenses. His height helps him see everything, and that higher launch angle really helps him fit the ball into tight windows, especially on the corner skip passes. Due to this size, Luka can also finish at the cup and has the touch to use either hand off the glass, just like Magic. The next way these two greats compare is that they're two of the most accomplished winners at each level before the NBA. And an interesting side note is that both Magic Johnson's dad and Luka's father both play basketball, so hence another similarity. But in high school, Magic Johnson would go on to win a state championship in Michigan and be named a McDonald's All-American. In college, Magic would win an NCAA title with Michigan State and also be named an All-American there. So he is a winner. Luka has accomplished a lot as a teenager, and more importantly, like Magic, was also a winner. At 16 years old, Luka was the youngest player to ever make Real Madrid's senior team, and he would win a lot of things while he did it. Some include, he was on the all-decade team for the EuroLeague. He was a EuroLeague champion, MVP, Final Four MVP. He was on the All-EuroLeague first team, All-EuroLeague Rising Star multiple years, and the list goes on and on. So obviously you get it. Both players were winners. They were big, skilled point guards who won a lot, and it also continued when both entered the NBA. They both continued to have success and changed the way the game is played for the position. Now let's look at Luka and how he compares to the great Larry Bird. So Larry Bird, aka Larry Legend, is one of the greatest ever and an absolute gamer. He's oftentimes forgot about somehow, and we're so excited to talk about him today. He was the total package. Larry was an elite playmaker, a sniper shooter, and a first-team all-world trash talker. Larry Bird brought it every night and was not afraid of anything or anyone, and he had supreme confidence from day one. And that swagger and confidence that both players bring to the table is one of the first aspects of their games that we'll look at and find similarities. So as mentioned, Larry came into the league, put the NBA on notice, and immediately made the Celtics contenders. He had the game, but also the confidence to assert himself, and that's what made him special. He was not afraid to dominate, nor was Larry afraid to become the best, and he wanted the responsibility to lead his team as far as he could take them. Luka Doncic is cut from the same exact cloth. With Real Madrid at 17 and 18 years old, Luka stepped up and balled out and led men on teams that won at a high level. In just a short amount of time in the NBA already, he's also established himself as an elite player and made the Mavs a title contender looking forward. At 6'9" and 6'7", both Larry Bird and Luka are elite playmakers and passers at their size. Again, they both see the floor, they see plays developing, they have the savviness, the wit, the experience, and they understand as players how beautiful the game is when there is movement and reaction. They both read the flows of the game so well and force defenses to react in the ways they want. And when you watch Larry Bird play, and some of you may have to go back and Google it or look up on YouTube, just his skill, anticipation, and competitive spirit are what always stands out. He had the experience, and you just knew his opponents had no chance of stopping him. Luka has that same vibe and feeling and aura around him as well. Some of an inevitability that he's going to always make the right play to win or always be a step ahead of those trying to stop him.
Perfect.
Although Luka isn't quite the shooter that Larry was, they both have knocked down some clutch shots and epic moments in their careers thus far. Obviously, Larry Bird won so many titles and hit big shots in those runs, and Luka delivered one of the biggest ones in the postseason this past year against the Clippers. And I'm going to say it, when you have a coach like Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr, greats, comparing you to Larry Bird, then you've done all right for yourself. So hopefully Luka can keep the comparisons going by winning titles like Larry did and entertaining fans for years to come. And the last player we're going to compare Luka to today is the one he idolized while growing up in Europe and currently the best player in the world. You know what I'm talking about, the King, LeBron James. Now, the first similarity and reason for the comparison, similar to the other two legends, is just the way they impact the game. They do it in every way and really fill up the stat sheet. At 6'7", Luka's a great rebounder, a great passer, and an efficient scorer. LeBron is a 6'8" all-world athlete whose greatest strength is his passing and playmaking and his desire to always make the right play. And it's crazy to think he's actually going to end up probably leading the league in scoring for something that's not his best strength or trait. They both pass better than point guards in the NBA. They both have an extremely high usage rate. Luka really came into the league and got the ball placed in his hands, running a point forward offense that's really evolved with where the league has gone lately. While LeBron has always been a point forward, but his offensive teams and skills around him have really morphed into him having the ball and really only playing that point guard position truly this past year. But by putting the ball in both their hands and pick and rolls, the Mavs and Lakers know these guys are going to create the mismatches and opportunities for themselves and also others every time down the floor. And it's truly what makes them unique. They're two of the best at it, and that should continue for the next few years. The next reason for comparison is the strength both players display on drives to the basket. Now, LeBron is one of the greatest athletes ever and was made in a lab. And although Luka is not the pure athlete that LeBron is, Luka is a big and strong guy. At 6'7", 230, he can take hits and bumps. He can keep his balance. He can finish plays with either hand. And Luka does a great job of seeking contact, and that's also where LeBron excels. When LeBron can get downhill, take contact, and finish plays. And lastly, although you wouldn't necessarily consider you wouldn't say they're bad shooters, they're not necessarily great shooters or snipers, but they are similar in the way they shoot the ball. Obviously, they both can improve from the charity stripe. They've done a better job this past 2 years. Luka improved, obviously, from year to year, and LeBron displayed his free throw shooting as the Lakers won a chip in the bubble. But they both have hit some really big threes and shots in tight moments to win games and lift their teams. And again, neither are a 40% shooter from three yet, but they shoot around 34-35%, and they knock them down when they need to. The nice thing for both of them is they're just so big and so skilled. They manipulate defenses. They get to the spots they want when they want to, and really enjoy getting into the paint to create plays or finish at the rim. And they both approach the game with the same mindset of let's get others involved, let's pass, and always make the right play every time, which is not common, especially for superstars at their level. So in closing, if Luka can keep up with the way he is thus far and ends up with a career anywhere near any of the three legends we talked about today, then I'd say it's definitely been a success. Just like these legends, Luka's size and playmaking are what make him truly unique. He combines the skills of Magic and Larry with the savviness and ability to control a game like LeBron James. Luka is the savior of a stagnant Mavs franchise, just like Bird was with the Celtics, and how Magic did and innovated the Showtime Lakers. And last we checked, Cleveland hadn't won anything before LeBron James. So in a world of so many comparisons and misses, we can finally say this one is spot on. Thank you for checking out today's video, and be sure to subscribe so you can keep up with our latest content.